Good morning, Facebookers, lookers, and lurkers. It's your girl Jen on this Monday morning, November 27th. And I want to talk to you guys about we all have a Judas in our camp. Jen, where are you going and who are you putting on blast? I'm not putting anybody on blast. I'm just taking a very careful look at my life and the people that are in it. And as I began to pray about it and I began to ask God why I was being hurt by the people in my life. Like, we're talking about some long-lasting friendships, some long-lasting relationships. And I know a lot of people thought my posts were about a man, but really it's about platonic friendships that I realized I didn't mean as much to them as they meant to me. And I lost 3 over the weekend, and not to transitioning into time into eternity from time, but just because I realized I had a couple of Judases in my camp. But with that being said, let's see what Judas's purpose was. As God revealed to me what was going on. Number one, let's understand that Jesus allowed Judas into his circle. He called him, and he knew exactly who he was dealing with. People say, how do you know? Well, if you look at John chapter 13, verses 18 and 20, Jesus says, I know exactly who I've selected so that prophecy can be fulfilled. So he was aware of who was in his circle, and he allowed him to stay. So that means, I don't have to worry about you because you're going to do exactly what I expect you to do. You don't know how you are? Number 2, Jesus wasn't worried about Judas. He already knew who he was dealing with, and he expected him to be and do exactly what he did and who he was. John chapter 12, verses 4 and 6, we already knew Judas was a hater. When the woman was anointing Jesus with this expensive perfume, he had something to say about that. Now, ain't that how your haters do? You think they're in your camp and somebody wants to do something nice for you, and they always got something to say. It's always, why you got to do that? Why are you doing that for her? What makes her so special? Why he has favor in his life? Well, take note, that person might be operating as a Judas in your life. Number 3, we all need a Judas in our life because they're the haters who remind the other people who might be doubting who we are, the anointing on our life, the blessings that we've received. They're the people who run back and tell it, and we need those people to say, you know what, you may not like her, you may not believe in her, you may not think she's qualified, but guess what? She's the truth. She is exactly who she claims to be, and God is really, truly working in her life. So guess what? Yeah, he ran back and told it, and then he asked him, just sold him out, like for real. Matthew 26, verses 14 through 16, how much you gonna give me? What you gonna give me if I turn him over to you? Ain't that something? Don't be mad at them when you already know who they are. They're just doing and operating in who they are, and you already knew that from the jump. Don't be mad at somebody else because they've continued to show you who they are, and you allowed them to stay. Like, don't worry about that. It's not our business. But 4th, don't worry about getting even, trying to check them, telling them off. You know why? Because every Judas will destroy themselves. Let them stay. Realize who you're dealing with. Don't worry about them. Know they're going to run it back. If you're not sure how the outside world knows your inside business, check your insiders. You got a Judas in your camp. And also remember that Judas will always destroy themselves. Don't allow them to destroy you, okay? Well, you guys, I am off today, hence fresh face, no makeup. I want to say a special prayer for what's going on in Libya with the human trafficking and the slave trade. I know when France had their issue, we prayed for France. When Mexico had the earthquake, we prayed for Mexico. When Houston was flooding, we prayed for Houston. We prayed for Puerto Rico. Well, guess what? It's time to pray for Libya too, because this is uncalled for. We need to be as outraged about what's going on in Africa as what's going on in every other country in this world, including our own, because we are indeed our brother's keeper. And if we can't stand up for one another, if we can't say, you know what, this is unacceptable, and we as a country and a world need to say, you know what, no, we need to step in and do something. We want to be worried about what's going on when it comes to power. Well, let's show compassion on people who can't defend themselves right now. I'm going to get ready for my day. I got so many things to do. You guys be blessed. I love you guys, and I will chit chat with you tomorrow. But remember, we all have a Judas in our camp, and you already know who they are, okay? Have a blessed day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.